Okay, hey everyone, welcome back to the forest, and today it's flippin' freezing, middle of winter here in my neck of the woods, get it? And it is, anyway, a little bit sunny, but the sun's so low in the sky, that's about all I get all day. So I'm just sort of like trying to position myself where I can receive some warmth on myself. Anyway, what I'm doing today is I'm about to show you a new toy I've got, and let me just say it's the best money I've ever spent, but I'll quickly go through what it is. So let's check it out. So this is my setup, and this is the new toy, the DEWALT table saw. But before I get into that, I'm just going to show you this decking that I'm doing and why I need this table saw for this particular purpose. So I've got these boards, these composite decking boards. I'm wearing these like welding gloves because they actually like keep my hands warm with all the ice and the cold water. Anyhow, yeah, so these, and I have to rip for this little nosing detail. You can sort of see there that I've got going on. I have to rip this section out of here and rip these boards down because they aren't a full width. That one's not a full width, either is that one, and I've got to check that out there to get that nice little nosing detail finish. And that is the greatest investment I've ever made to help me do that in quick time. So yeah, that's why I need the saw, but this is the saw. So it's a DEWALT DWE7491-xe, 254mm or 10-inch blade, and it's a 2000 watt, which means it's sort of one of the most powerful saws, portable saws on the market. It's got a max cut depth at 79mm high, so when the blade is at its highest point you can get a 79mm depth cut, and the riving knife thickness is 2.2mm thick. So this is the riving knife, and what the riving knife does is when the timber passes through the saw blade, the riving knife allows it to stay apart enough past the saw blade so that it doesn't close up and jam the blade, hence it would kick, become more dangerous. So that's that. First of all, that's the spec. I think that's all on that. That's the spec. So first of all, this is just the side of the saw. It's got like this cool rubber sheathed, rubberized sort of cord, which I really like. They don't seem to coil and tangle as much, which is pretty good. And it's long enough too, so it runs all the way down there. And then move around to here, we've got this big button, stop button here. So it's just an easy press. Instead of fumbling around trying to find the small button, you just hit that, and then you got your on button there for when it fires up, and then you've got this little flip down lock there. So that's that. Then we move on to the winder for the saw blade. If we just turn that, our saw blade comes up, anti-clockwise our saw blade goes down, and then we flip this across and we can move the angle. We can move the angle of the saw, so we can lock it off at 29.1364 degrees if that's the angle that you need. You flip that back, you move it back to 0 and lock it off like that there. So that's that. Now one of the probably the best things about this saw is the fence. It's a rack and pinion fence, which means it's got this really cool roller system here on this cog, and it allows you to just unlock it there and roll it back and forth. So wherever you want to get it, based on how wide from your saw to your fence needs to be, then you just get it into position really accurately, and then you just lock it down, and it's on, and that's it. It's not going to move anywhere. So that's that. The other feature about this saw is if you unlock it, you can wind it out all that way. So that's pretty amazing. But the other thing about it is you've got these, so you've got one there and one there that come off, and then this whole thing lifts off, and you can unhook it effectively like that and move it further out, so you get all that cut depth, and that is 835-ish millimeters from the fence to the blade, which is pretty amazing. So if you stand back and look at that, but if you don't need that, you can just take this off and move it into the center, and then don't forget to lock it off at both sides, one there and one there, and then you can move it in again. So you've got a third adjustment setting for that, and then you've got this little flip here which comes down, and when you bring it in, you bring it in, you can flip that over, and that doesn't really work. So anyway, I think that's more for fine trim work or something like that. I'll have a look into that, but for now all I need is the big boy here to run my composite boards through today, and that's that. So anyway, other than that, it just seems like you've got a rubberized handle here. Other than that, it just seems like a really heavy, sturdy, strong, quality piece of kit. So really happy with that. And yeah, anyway, that's my little review. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, let me just say, this saw, due to the 2000 watts, it just powers through these boards. And this saw blade just came with the saw, so I only got it the other day and unboxed it. I probably should have done a video on that. But one other thing as well, to change the blade over, got this little toggle to unlock. Just pull that out, and then that is full of just man glitter. But yeah, that's obviously got to be cleaned out because that's horrible. But yeah, I'll get the blower onto that. Probably a good idea to not let that clog up too much with man glitter. So I'll make sure I keep on top of that. But that's a really good little feature, easy to do, and it gives you two spanners to take this blade off. So you put one on this side of the blade, there's a little part you put it on, and then on the nut on this side of the blade, and you just turn them in opposite directions to loosen the blade and change it over for when that is required. So yeah, other than that, I think that's the quick and easy 8-minute review on the DEWALT DWE7491 table saw. So highly recommend if you are in the market for a table saw. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or more carpentry stuff, or more random stuff maybe even. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.